Now, most agencies are losing over $18,000 of opportunities purely when it comes to sending out cold email campaigns. This is because they're not sure if they're getting delivered, they're not sure if the emails are getting read, and they're not sure if they're even getting open. And after generating over $18,000 in pipeline opportunities for one of our clients in just 21 days, free using cold email, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process and pointers that you should keep out for if you want to solve the deliverability issue in your business. Before we actually go into this, I just want to hop into maintaining deliverability. If you've gone through 20 deliverability videos and asked questions around here and there, you probably got the foundation set up right, but it's just about maintaining deliverability onwards and beyond. So first thing is that if your email reaches the prospect's inbox, but their engagement towards the email is poor, it can ruin your email reputation. And that's what you have to keep in mind. So for example, let's say you have a series of 1, 2, 5. All right. So let's say these are your follow-ups, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. All right. So in this case, let's say this is your whole setup system. You send out this email, they still haven't replied. You send out the follow-up email, they still haven't replied. You send out the third follow-up email, they still haven't replied. By the time you send out your 4th or 5th follow-up email, Google will probably just mark that as spam. All right. So you have to make sure that your strongest points and your offer is really outlined in these first 2 emails. The second tip I'd give is pattern interrupt. Obviously, when you send out a cold email, you're sending out a cold email. The goal is to make sure that this cold email does not sound like a cold email. Now, the third thing is that, let's say you have your campaign set up, you got deliverability foundation set good, and you are realizing that you're getting reply rates below 1%. Now, obviously, this heavily relies on your offer and copy, but in this case, if you're reaching below 1%, I would also suggest looking into your copy, if it has any spam words, if it has any issues in that, because once it drops under 1%, you would know that deliverability is compromised, like your inboxes are cooked. Because in this case, you would still receive replies of people saying stop, out of offices, and everything that would sum up greater than 1%. Third thing is replying late to people that actually reply to your cold email. I do not get this. You're sending out cold emails, you want the leads, and you're not going to reply to them on time. Make it make sense, all right? So key goal is if anyone's replying, reply back, maintain that reputation. Then we have people deleting your emails without actually even opening it. So by reading subject line and email preview, the way you could really improve this is just making sure your subject lines they sound internal and they're 1 to 3 words. All right. So try to keep the subject line 1 to 3 words, internal. And yeah, just follow like quick Q, first name or first name. Follow subject lines as this. If you try to give your offer in the subject line, it'll just look spammy and Google will honestly just put that email in promotions. All right. Pretty straightforward. If any of these metrics kind of look a bit off, you have to work on it. And if you do own an agency yourself and need help getting clients through an outbound system, you could check the first link in the description, reach out to our team. We'll hop on a call with you, purely just a discovery call to see if we could help you out with your issues. All right. Now, jumping straight into the meat and bone of the video, what is the first mistake? All right. That I see a lot of agency owners doing is that having poor domain authentication. All right. So a lot of issues that people have SPF, DMARC, DKIM set up, but they're not set up correctly, or just a ton of people do not have that set up at all. And this is the main firewall, you could say, that Google or Outlook decides on, okay, let this email go through. So you could direct yourself to DMARC, but when it comes to SPF and DKIM, it's very, very crucial to understand that when you're setting it up with Google or with Outlook, the main thing is that what you need to generate yourself would be the DMARC site. You have solved your issue of DMARC, SPF, and DKIM. And if that's not your issue, check out if number 2 is so spam triggering content. All right. So the main issue is that your copy have words and formatting that are mainly killing deliverability. Okay. And the solution is running spam checkers on copy and actually making sure that your copy is in raw text format. Now I have taken this copy and I've just asked GPT to plug it in with a lot of spam words. I'm using Instantly because they very simply have a place where you could check your spam words. You click it, and then over here you can see these are the issues that why your emails are not landing in the inbox. You have a lot of spam words in it. So I'd suggest Instantly have it good, but also just Solidly is pretty good as well. So over here you can see it's caught a lot more spam words than Instantly. So in this case, making sure that whatever words that are outlined here that you're replacing. And the third thing is no email variations. This kind of goes in hand. But let's say you have email copy written out. Okay. And the issue you're coming along is the same email copy is being sent to thousands of people. Okay. And the solution is running syntax of the copy. I'll drop a link to this GPT we've created below that basically you can take a raw copy and place it in there and run a syntax version. We take this copy and we plug it in. just enter. And then what it does is it provides the syntax ready format for it. So yeah, I would make sure that you run syntax on your copy. The fourth mistake is poor campaign execution. So wrong volume and timing. Okay. What I mean by this could include your warming up and actually sending out the emails. So solution for this is very simply following. If you bought like inboxes, warm them up for 14 to 21 days. Okay. After that is you have to make sure that each inbox has a sending cap at 10 to 15 emails. Okay. Then once you have this set up, and then you also have a bonus step of where you just rotate inboxes bi-weekly. So let's say you bought 20 inboxes, 10 of those boxes running, so you can put them in the campaigns, and 10 are just warming up, you know? So in the case, even if these do get burned, you could just rotate these one in. All right, so that's a very, very simple solution for poor campaign execution. And if you want to scale the amount of emails you're sending, just scale with your email accounts. Very, very simple. And then the fifth and final point is poor campaign execution. My mistake. Correct. Reputation management. Okay, so the issue is not monitoring domain health. All right, and a very simple solution is that you could search up. There's a lot of these platforms online. You could just search up domain health checker. So we have here HiveHub. Let's just check one of our start health check. So let's see if this domain is blacklisted or not. So it's not on domain blacklist and it's not on MX blacklist. All right. So yeah, I would just make sure in that your agency every week you're making sure that the domain health is good. Because if you're not doing so, you just risk the whole week your emails can be sending out from burnt out inboxes. All right. And yeah, the last thing is making sure that you do not include any links in your emails and you are not tracking open rates. The reason for this is if you're tracking open rates, what it does is it allows instantly or whatever email sending platform you're using to include a link in that email. So when that email is actually sent out, that link sees if that email was opened or not. What's happening is that the inbox providers are blocking that through. So whatever emails do have these links, you're really sacrificing your deliverability. So here's a huge bonus. I would honestly, this would be like the number one thing in deliverability. Do not include links and do not include open rates. Remember, cold email is the first touch. So if you'd like to include links and everything, just get their interest first and then send whatever you want later. All right. So if you own an agency and you want to book more appointments through cold outreach, then click the first link in the description. We're offering a full free audit session. So we will analyze your current cold email campaigns, your current infrastructure, scripts, and offer, and help you fix the bottlenecks. All right. So if you want us to actually run these campaigns for your agency as well, we will help you get your required outcome that you need. And if we don't, we will work at no cost until we do. All right. So I hope this video was insightful enough and have a great rest of your day. Peace.